The title of most laid-back weather month in Pennsylvania goes to October, which is typically on the dry side with little severe weather and lots of tranquil, foggy mornings. But at the same time, the slide toward winter is never more evident than it is this month. And for many places in the state, October is the driest month outside of winter. That's true, for example, in Mercer and Waynesburg and Shippensburg, where the October average is less than 3 inches. It's right around 3 in Lock Haven and about 3 1/3 in Reading. In fact, the driest month on record at many places in the state was an October. In State College in Scranton, it was in 1963. In Erie, 1924. In Pittsburgh, 1874. And Philadelphia has had 2 Octobers with less than 1/10 of an inch of rain. And part of the reason that October tends to be on the dry side is that the jet stream, and thus the primary storm track, is still mainly to our north, while the humid low-level air of summer has retreated far to the south. And tropical storms typically stay offshore or skim across Florida. And the average surface pressure pattern this month actually features high pressure over the Virginias, and that tends to favor lots of sinking air and fair weather. And this leads to an almost complete shutdown of severe weather in October in Pennsylvania. For example, here's reported tornadoes since 1950 broken down by month, and there's a steady drop from the summer peak to just a dozen twisters observed in the state in the month of October since 1950. In fact, it's been 16 years since the last reported October tornado in the state. And with high pressure common in the eastern U.S. this month, you tend to get lots of clear skies and light winds, and that helps make the month one of the foggiest of the year. There's plenty of time for the air near the ground to cool and saturate at night because the nights are quickly getting longer. In fact, consider this. On the 1st of October, nights in Pennsylvania are about 12 hours and 15 minutes long. But by Halloween, that increases to 13.5 hours. That translates into, on average, that we're losing about 2.5 minutes of daylight per day over the course of the month. And as a result, for most places, October is the month with the biggest drop in average temperature from start to finish. Averages on October 1st range from the low 50s to the low 60s, but by October 31st, they're down into the low 40s to low 50s, a drop of 10 or 11 degrees everywhere. And of course, snow enters the equation in October. Erie's had as much as 14 inches in October, Pittsburgh as much as 8. In State College, the season's first snowflakes have been sighted in October in 16 of the last 20 years, but in just 2 of those years, there's been enough to measure. Paul Knight is back with the extended forecast next.